Hello everyone, this is Rachel from sweetbeepaperco, and I am here with my season's journal. I am so excited to show this to you for November. Hashtag sweetbeechallenge. This month we're doing an autumn theme, but a requirement of my challenge this month is to use a recycled item from your home or from anywhere you find it. And so I'm really excited to show this. This is made from a graham cracker box. I'm going to show you how I made it, the struggles I had with it, and how it turned out. Okay, so here we go. This is the box I used, this little graham cracker bunny box from Auntie Anne's, and it turned out to work out pretty good for the size I wanted. I didn't want to go too big. And then these are the fabrics I used. I've had this fall print for so long, and I really wanted to use that as the cover, and there's some thin cotton I used for the inside. So I just cut the box open and trimmed off all of the excess cardboard and just made sure all of my edges were straight and the same length on the front and the back. So the first layer I did with Tombow Mono liquid glue. I saw this as a recommendation on someone else's channel, which I'll link below. So that was the first layer on the outside I did with the cotton, and I had to let it dry overnight. This is the next day, and it was still feeling really flimsy at this point, and I really wasn't sure how it would end up with several layers of fabric on it. But I trimmed all of my fabric down. Then I used the Tombow glue again for the pattern fabric on the outside. And this is where I think I messed up. I don't really know that the Tombow glue was the way to go. I know it's a favorite of some people, but I had horrible bubbling with it. And I don't know if it was because I used too much, and when you go over that first layer, it was kind of soaking up the glue, and I couldn't tell that there was even glue there. But I decided to continue going, and I think I showed, but there's like horrible bubbling on the edge of it, and it still felt a little wet in those spots at this point. So I think with it soaking in and not realizing it and using too much glue, it was just not a good idea. So I don't think I'll use the Tombow next time. I think I'll use, which I switched to, the Mod Podge for the inside, which was a lot easier to apply with a foam brush. So I just did the layer of that on the inside to cover up that cardboard. And then I was trying to decide which rayon I wanted to use, and I ended up going with the yellow one because the red just kind of didn't match the leaves very well, and the yellow is so pretty. I will link her shop below. And here I was just trying to figure out what I wanted on the cover, and I decided on the lace and that book plate. And I will link the video of where I got a lot of these ideas down below from Paper Terrace. And that is all the hardware I was planning on putting on. So I did little corners on all the edges, which looks so cute. And I glued everything on and put brads through the book plate. And then on the spine, I used a drawer pull. And when I made that too, I sandwiched the rayon seam binding between the scrapbook paper and that first layer on the inside, where you can see that there going through. So I cut 3 pieces of cardstock for the front, back, and spine. and I think it looks pretty cool with all of those layers on there. It definitely felt a lot stiffer and felt more like a book cover. So at this point, I'm ready to make my signatures, and that bubbling on the outside of the spine really didn't go down too much. So yeah, definitely lesson learned with the glue and to pay more attention to what I'm doing. So with the seasons journal, I will have 4 signatures, one for each season. I use some paper bags, 1 in each. I tried to use one of my coffee dyed papers in each one. So the way I did the signatures is each one had a cardstock as like the cover of the signature, and I did a pocket on there. And I also used some of those REI catalog pages because they were matte pages, and we like to hike and camp, so I thought those would be cool to put in there. So here's my signatures. This is the fall one. I did change out the cover page, but this is an example of what I was thinking about doing. At first I think I had 9 pages for each one, and ended up changing each signature, taking some out, and I think I ended up with 5 or 7. It was just way too bulky with all of those, and I knew I was going to do a lot of collaging and pockets and adding things to it. So the pile on the right is all of the pages I ended up taking out of those 4 signatures, which was quite a bit, but I have those for future journals all folded and cut to size. So I have another one of those Auntie Anne boxes, so I have some cut down and ready to go. So I have all of my pages kind of in the order. This is for the fall one, and I'm just showing what the fall signature would look like. Some of them I included another sheet of cardstock with pockets on it too. So this is where I had another big mistake that kind of cost me fixing some things later, and that was the little template I made marking where I wanted the signatures to go. I kind of eyeballed that, and then because of where I put the drawer pull on the outside, I put it too low, and that was so I could cover up the tongs, I guess, on the inside with that scrapbook paper, and I didn't think about how that was going to affect where I was going to sew in my signatures. So what happened was I put the template on the outside and marked my holes on the outside and then punched them through with my awl. Well, they weren't straight. The top ones were straight. The bottom ones, the middle and bottom ones were off, and the bottom ones were really off. I didn't realize how crooked everything was until I had sewn in that first signature in the back and realized it was kind of shifted way over. And at that point too, I realized that I was going to have to repunch all of the bottom holes and 3 of the 4 middle holes. The top holes ended up okay, but I just must have had that template just at an angle. But I am going to show sewing in the first signature, which was really exciting to do. And it was really easy to fix my mistake, but I still have those holes in the side of the journal. But with the tassel I put on, it kind of helps cover those up, and the fabric is dark, so you don't see them too much. But lesson definitely learned. I will definitely be putting that template on the inside and moving that drawer pull up on the spine a little higher, so it's just out of the way. I have the tassel made. I had some issues, and I want to do a quick flip through of what some of the signatures look like. I made one for this today. I followed directions from Paper Terrace on YouTube, and isn't it cute? So I know now after making this one, like the way to like layer them so you can kind of see the charms a little more. And I may end up tucking the two tails underneath it. I just haven't. I kind of forgot about it before I started recording actually. But I have a little owl on here, a little key, a little dove, and a flower. And I have some of the fabric from this journal on it too. This is so cute. I'm so excited how it turned out. I love it so much. And it covers up all those little extra holes that I made. So yeah. So let's flip through this really quick. I kind of wanted to show you, I did change, I don't know if I discussed it in another video, but I did change the outside of the fall signature. I loved the orange embossed paper. It was just a little too bright and it really clashed with the other three. So this one doesn't necessarily match it a lot better, but it's not so clashy, I think. I've already started tucking some things in each one for that season I know I want to use, but each signature is a little different. I meant to do pocket pages for the first ones, and I didn't end up doing it for the summer one. I accidentally cut that, just chopped it off. But I have some pockets in here ready to go for the Christmas one. This is my favorite spread so far. I can't wait to decorate these for Christmas. So this one is the winter one. This one is spring. I didn't want to go like too dark in your face green for spring. And then this one is the summer one. Little more woodsy color in this one since we like to get out so much. I did use the REI catalog for each one because we do like to hike and get outside. And yeah, I'm really excited to start decorating this. I love it so much so far. I'm so excited with how it turned out. So I hope you have enjoyed the video. If you saw, this is a Halloween card from my parents. Isn't that funny? They're kind of focused. They're so cute. I hope you liked the video of me showing how I made all of the journal. I'm really excited. I'm really starting to think about making these to have on my Etsy. If that's something you are interested in, then you know, let me know. Maybe having some tassels too. Yeah, I need to tuck those ends in, huh? But it's so pretty. It looks so cute. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed the video. Like I said, make sure you like and subscribe. Ring the notification bell because I upload randomly. And yeah, I'll see you in the next one. Bye.